The most common question I get asked is, why did you move to Korea? I gave up a lot to move to Korea. In Australia, my home country, I'm a lawyer. I've been a lawyer for 6 or 7 years, and I worked for the Australian government, which was an interesting and challenging job, but I gave it all up to move to Korea. And so people often ask me, why would you do that? For Koreans, a job like a lawyer, that's a really high status job, and it is in Australia too, to be fair. But I gave it up because I wanted to start a new life and try something different and challenge myself in a really different way. So come with me today. I guess I'll explain some of the reasons why I decided to move to Korea and why it's better for me for now. One of the biggest reasons why I moved to Korea is, I guess, after, working hard at school to get into university, got into university, finished my law degree, got admitted, getting admitted, and then started working, got a promotion, another promotion, another promotion. And then I just thought, what's next? Do I want to be promoted again? Do I want to keep going in this rat race? I feel like I need a new challenge, like a new quest. And so I decided to learn Korean. And so I came to Korea. Obviously, in the meantime, I'd met Roseman. Roseman and I lived together in Australia for about 5 years. But I guess I just felt like I needed something new and a new challenge. So I came to Korea and I started Korean language school, which literally was the hardest thing I've ever done. I'm still not good at Korean. Even though I finished all the way to the top level, which is Yukgup, like Golgup, a Korean language school, and I passed it, I still feel like I'm a beginner at Korean. So even though I went to law school, which many people would consider is really hard, one of the most hard degrees you can do, I would say that learning Korean language as an English speaker is the hardest thing I've ever done. It's so hard. But I did my best. That's one of the reasons. I wanted a new quest. So it's a quest that will probably never end, but here I am trying to challenge myself and build my brain a bit. One of the main things that made us decide to come to Korea is just that for us, health is wealth. And I think overall, we're much healthier in Korea, and that's just because healthy food is generally much more affordable and much easier to get. Pork and cooked kimchi. Whereas in Australia, if you want healthy food, you have to make it. It's oftentimes more expensive to cook at home than it is to just go out. Maybe that's true or not true. But when you do go out, it's also almost always junk food. Whereas in Korea, even something like this, I'm not saying it's the most healthy food ever. It's fried, the fattiest part of pork, kind of barbecued. But all the sides and vegetables and things like that, overall, it's quite healthy. And I feel healthy here. My skin is better, my hair is better, my nails are better. I'm just healthier here. And for us, this is actually extremely important. Health is wealth, there are things in Australia that are more healthy, like the air quality, but the food quality, I think, is better in Korea. Koreans might be surprised to find that. We ordered Chunggukjang, which is kind of like doenjang, but more aged kind of vibe. This one's actually really nice. I think at the heart of Korean cuisine, which makes it different from other cuisines in the world, is it's fermented. Everything's fermented. Look at this. Fermented, 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 fermented. True, right? So it's hard to describe what that flavour is. Sometimes a little bit almost like a spicy, bubbly taste, but also a salty taste. Interesting. I don't know how to describe the taste. It's just fermented, right? Anyway, it's yummy. More earthy. Even though in Australia I left behind a really good job and a great career, I guess something that's a little bit different in terms of my mindset, I think, to a lot of people in Korea, is that I guess I feel like I haven't really given it up. I've taken a break from working as a lawyer, but it's something I can easily go back to. There's no reason why I can't go back and, I'm mid-career, just go back and keep working. I mean, yes, I'll be a few years behind my peers, but that doesn't really bother me. This is just a status anxiety kind of thing, and I don't have that. Like, I kind of see myself in my own path, my own race. I'm running my own race. I'm not competing against anyone. And I think, whereas I think even to this day, you know, in 2026 in Korea, I think a lot of Koreans think you need to like work hard, get a good job, and then you need to stay there for 30 years, which is just really not how it is in Australia. People move jobs every 3 to 5 years to try and, you know, upskill, learn new things, and stop themselves from getting, you know, stale or burnt out. And so I guess this is kind of my version of that. I've taken a break from being a lawyer to go and do something different in Korea. And if I go back to Australia, I'll go back to being a lawyer. And that's totally fine. And I guess I'll go back to it too with a whole range of new experiences. The other thing is too, I guess even though I've taken a break from working in the law, I still use my law degree in many ways. Like, I'm still really good at negotiating. That's something I'm amazing at as a lawyer, and that's helped me with jobs here in Korea. I know my negotiation position. I'm able to negotiate for what I think I deserve. And if the person I'm negotiating with doesn't agree, then that's okay. We don't have to make any agreement. That's fine. I can walk away. And so I still use those kind of parts of my law degree, and I'm able to understand laws, even like Korean laws. Even though I'm not a Korean lawyer, I can understand Korean laws because I understand how law operates because I studied it for so long. Another reason why I've chose to move here is just, I feel like in the city even, whenever I go anywhere, even in my own city, I can always find places of wonder and places of real calm nearby. And this is a really good example of that. Somewhere not planned, just walking through, and you can just find somewhere historic, and really it makes me feel at peace. This is important. It's an important part of health, I think, too, just feeling calm. So why did I quit my job as a lawyer and move to South Korea? It wasn't because I hated being a lawyer, and it wasn't because I thought moving overseas would magically solve all of my problems. It was because I wanted a different kind of life, one where healthy food and everyday movement were part of my routine, where I could immerse myself in a culture I found fascinating, and where I could challenge myself by learning a completely new language. If there's one thing I've learned from this journey, it's that sometimes the life you want is on the other side of doing something that really scares you. Moving to Korea certainly hasn't always been easy, but it's pushed me to grow in ways I would have never expected. Looking back, it was one of the biggest risks I've ever taken, and also one of the best decisions I've ever made. Thanks for watching. I'd love to know, have you ever made a big life change that completely changed your direction? Leave a comment and let me know. And if you're interested in Korean culture, history, and what everyday life in Korea is really like, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.